a series and one is a movie are going to premiere today, and I've been checking my phone non-stop for when they will drop, so I'll take my time to watch them over the weekend, review and all that. Also, let's go straight into Nigerian web series. House 31, Therapy by House 31 is currently airing its second season, season 2, featuring Fowles and Toke Makinwa. They are back as a couple in the new season of the comedy series Therapy. And in this new season, Abiodun Fowles plays the role of Abiodun, while Stephanie, Toke Makinwa plays the role of Stephanie Sarumi. They have a new doctor as well. They're both in therapy trying to figure out all the issues concerning marriage and all. And already in episode 1, the cause of their disagreement is social media, which is seriously wreaking havoc on their marriage. However, as the series kind of progresses, for example, I think like episode 4, yes, I saw episode 4 yesterday. The Sarumis explore new ways to spice up their sex life. In episode 4 of the Therapy is a really, really amazing series. Not too many characters, but it kind of shows an African couple trying to navigate their way through marriage and all the others that come with it as well. And guess who their new doctor is? Lasisi Elenu. So that tells you that you're in for a ride. And as I was watching this series, you literally see on Toke's face that in some scenes she could not just hide the level of humor that she's really experiencing. You see her wanting to burst into laughter, but trying her best as possible to stay in character as well. Trust me, you'd like Therapy by House 21. Also, Our Best Friend's Wedding by The Naked Convos. Yes. The series is, in fact, has really progressed. I think they are on the 9th episode or thereabout, and the drama is already packing up day after day. Last week, Kemi found out that her husband has a 4-year-old with an employee Onome. And it has really not been easy for her. All the emotions, the confusion, finding out that kind of information about your partner, or your so perfect pilot husband, happens to have a child out of wedlock, and it creates more and more rifts in their drama, in their marriage already, as if they do not have more than enough on their plate already. However, Captain tries to salvage the situation, but women like Kemi, strong-willed. She's not willing to listen to anything now because she's in her feelings, and of course, she has the right to go through all that emotion and eventually figure out what the best decision for herself and her daughter would definitely be. Also, Muna is still out and about deluding herself, and I kind of like the fact that the Naked Convos, before a new episode airs, they'll put up maybe posts on social media or on their YouTube page, asking questions and one of the posts they did earlier this week was asking who do you think out of all the characters is going to end up in premium tiers. And I tell you, the comments were hilarious, and in my own opinion, breakfast is about to be served to Muna, because she in fact, the girl lives in a bubble. She lives in a bubble, and not just in a bubble, she lacks self-awareness as a character. Muna lacks self-awareness as a character, and she deludes herself all the time. She's finding herself rushing into Charles's office saying, oh, your friend fired me. She fired me because of you. Okay, why doesn't Kemi have a problem with me dating you? Why does she have a problem with me dating you and all that? And saying that, well, you obviously want to be with me. He does not want to be with you. You proposed to him and he just accepted anyways. But I'd like to see where that relationship will take her to, because it would surely end in premium tiers. But one thing, that is for sure is a lot of viewers are getting, quite agitated over the fact that the love story between Jade and Charles seems to be dragging on and on and on. But I tell you, that's where the suspense lies, because most times life can be so tricky that you may like someone, or you may start dating someone and you eventually not even end up with that person. Why do I feel like their relationship would be that kind of forbidden love where they like each other, but for some weird reason they're not just meant to, end up together? And that's what I feel, because the naked couples, they are very, very, very good at, killing the suspense by doing the unexpected. What you feel would eventually happen, oh, Charles and Jade will get back together, they will get married, blah, 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 blah. We've not seen it. They've not even come as much as even going on a date. But let's see where the series will take us to. So try see our best friend's wedding by the naked convos. Is really, really interesting. Also, Jade is not just having relationship issues, she's also dealing with her career issues, following the issue that happened with their app, and their competitor trying to buy the company at all costs, saying this is the best I'm going to offer you, and I tell you, if you do not take this offer, the next will be you having to leave the business entirely. Kind of created that confusion for her, but I'm sure she's going to get back up, keep it up and running. Also, for Netflix shows, so many amazing shows coming. Really, really looking forward to season 2 of Emily in Paris, and I think it will start on the 22nd. Really looking forward to it, because I've seen the trailer and it's quite interesting. Also today, I'm waiting for them to drop the trailer to A Christmas Wedding, the Christmas Wedding season 2. Yes, I'm really waiting for that. And also I'm waiting for another movie that had Sandra Bullock in it as well. It will also drop today. More so, there's this particular movie that a lot of people have been talking about online. It's called Passing about two African American women who were friends, Claire and what's her name? Irene. Claire and Irene. And Passing was set in the 1920s, although it's an adaptation of a novel. It was set in 1920s. In Harlem, New York. Passing follows the unexpected reunion of two high school friends whose renewed acquaintance ignites a mutual obsession that threatens both of their carefully constructed realities. I tell you, carefully constructed realities. The reason is, Irene is one of those black people that when they've acquired a certain level of education, they feel like they're in the elite class. They don't have to go beyond below. Fortunately for her, back then when the movie was set, she had access to both the black side and the other side as well. It was set in the 1920s. It tells what happens when Irene was played by African American actress Tessa Thompson, and her childhood friend Claire, played by Ruth Negga. Yes, that enters, dream disturbing its peace and threatening its careful illusion. Irene is one of those black people that avoid race talk, and you can see her husband, who is a medical doctor, in the movie, constantly trying to educate their young sons about what it means to be black in such an era, about white supremacy, about segregation. But she always warned him never to engage them in that kind of conversation, to always keep them in that bubble, in that safe space. Like Irene, Claire is also a light-skinned African American living in the Jim Crow area. Unlike Irene, Claire is living as white. She's passing as white. Yes, married to a white man as well, and her daughter living in schooling in Switzerland. Who she was orphaned after her father's death and was put into the care of white relatives who treated her like the help, and that was why she had some kind of special relationship with Irene's help as well. Years later, she has remerged with a wealthy white husband, John, played by Alexander Skarsgård, who is oblivious to her history. He also, as it tells, started Irene as scared washes that he hates black people. I remember when Irene went to Claire's house, and he met John. And Irene asked him, you mean you don't like Negroes? He said, oh, I actually do not like them. And he laughed over it. And he also told Irene that he does not like black people, unaware that he's speaking to a black person because she's light skinned. This particular movie brought so many things into focus. For one, the issue of colorism in the black community. Two, people living momental pleasure in a bubble, free and void of their social realities, although they know what their reality is, but they choose not to talk about it. There's a whole lot of talk about race, whole lot of talk about the black elites, in Harlem at that time, as well. So I would encourage you to really watch it if you're someone that really enjoys movies about black history. And I think I kind of developed the interest coming from my background in literature and reading a lot of works on African American literature as well. It will help you understand certain things as well. More. Passing also is an anguished story of identity and belonging as well. Just like the book, the movie centers on Irene, a bourgeois wife. She is definitely a bourgeois wife because she had a maid and everything. They were living a good life, and her mother, who can grasp why she's so hardly by Claire. The two meet again by accident. When she went out to a restaurant, having tea, and Claire walked up to her, telling her, like the book, the movie centers on Irene, like I said earlier, a bourgeois wife and mother who can grasp why she's so hardly by Claire. The two met again by accident, each taking refuge from the blistering summer heat in the ground tier room of a fashionable New York hotel. You can see from the way Irene dresses, the way she talks, her demeanor, the way she carries herself. You can tell that this is one of those people that, I want to see me in a certain way and in a certain light. But however, like Claire, Irene has transgressed. But then she goes on to Harlem. Irene is also passing as well. Unlike Claire, she's only briefly slipping into a masquerade. Irene compartmentalizes and rationalizes her acts. That is everything she does, about refusing to talk to her sons about race, the way she speaks to her maid, the way she sees her maid, and all that. She kind of finds way to rationalize everything that she does to free herself of that guilt. However, Claire comes in the mix and changes everything. And one thing for me was that even when Claire came, I felt like the husband kind of likes Claire's approach to life, fun-loving spirit, that they were always going out together, even though a lot of people online were also saying that they felt like Irene's husband was having an affair with Claire. But it was really sad that Claire died in the end, and there was a confusion about if she was pushed or if it was an accident because she fell from the window during the party at Irene's place as well. So you can also watch it. It's an amazing story. It might confuse you in the beginning, but I tell you, it's rich with a lot of thematic preoccupation and racial undertones as well. The next movie that I watched this week was Tanwa Savage. It's a Nigerian movie. I'll say it's a comedy and a fiction with so many outlandish and larger than life scenes that even myself, I believe, if those things would really happen, truly happen in real life, tells the story of a young man who is in search of kids. He has been trying with his wife Amina to have children for years. It's not happening, and Amina find herself in an affair, having an affair with our co-worker rather, played by Timini Egbuson. We have the likes of Bimbo Ademoye in this one, Shegun Arinze, what's her name? Something Osifo. Once I remember her name, Nkechi Blessing Sunday as well. Nkechi Blessing Sunday was also the girlfriend of Amina's husband, and unfortunately for him, he impregnated three women at the same time. That is including his wife, making three. But to his greatest surprise, two of the kids were not even his. Even the wife initially was kind of confused that her own child was not even for her husband, because she actually had an affair with co-worker who has been fired though. She had an affair, but later on in the end they reconciled. He did a fertility test and was told that it was sterile, blah 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 blah. But later on found out that, oh, the child Amina had was his and all. It's, to me, it's just kind of, let me just while away time kind of movie. Nothing deep to think about for me. Just entertainment for entertainment sake. So go out there, check movies that are currently showing, and enjoy and entertain yourself this weekend. But I tell you, that movie Passing is really, really a great one to watch out for. What's come for you is still your number one business radio.